Что-нибудь специальный день, что ли, такой? Галимый. Все-таки придется, скорее всего, склеивать. Тупой быть интернет. Помер. Ну, сорян.
Chance.
Even bound, its will is stronger than anything you've ever felt. The chains shake, threatening to break at any moment.
А что мне надо сделать-то? Быстрее ходите, пожалуйста. Быстрей, быстрей, быстрей. Чего? Каким макаром? Это бредятина происходит. Надеюсь, пока.
Impossible. Pain. Fear. Terror. Reconsider.
There. At last. It is subdued.
Join me.
And thus, I honor my mother's legacy.
The brain is on the cusp of its final thought, and it's taking all of Orpheus's strength to keep it there. An opportunity, perhaps.
My master. I must.
Hopes, nightmares, and the screams of legions upon legions of unborn illithids. The pain rips through you, obliterating all thought, all feeling. Your tadpole burns in your brain. Silence. For the first time in a long time, your thoughts are entirely your own. And then, gravity.
Не повезло.
Everything you did, everything you sacrificed, it was worth it. For this.
Да.
Loss of a mind is a terrible thing, but this time, I think I'll make an exception.
My powers, they're draining. Just like Mazora said they would. A small price to pay in the grand scheme of things.
I should feel relieved, yet my blood still simmers.
Against all odds, we cured ourselves. Free from the parasite. Free from the prospect of ceremorphosis. I can hardly believe it. We will not become accursed illithids. Not to cast any slight on you, of course. Your present form is but a sign of your gallantry.
Even when my time in the prism stretched out like eternity, when escape seemed impossible, I never lost hope. I knew that my destiny was to liberate my people, to return to them triumphant. I was wrong. It seems I can only fulfill one part of my destiny. My people will be liberated, but I cannot return to them. Not like this. You helped me destroy that abomination. Now help me destroy myself. You must kill me. But first, Lae'zel, I need your promise. Carry my hope. Carry my burden. Call my dragons, Kulos and Kuthos, and ride to the Astral Sea. Destroy Vlaakith. Release our people. Be our future and our legacy.
Да кипиш, блин, ну. Сейчас я подойду. Так, продолжаем.
Shak Vonfintu, source of my joy, you honor me. Vlaakith will fall, and we will plant a seed. From that seed, Githyanki freedom will blossom.
Lach crashed Makvlek. So be it. Now, give me my freedom from this form.
Your heart flutters with excitement, aspiration, and even hope. The astral plane awaits. A rebellion takes shape. The future of the Githyanki Empire rests on your shoulders. Battle awaits, and you mean to rise victorious.
I'm hot. Too hot. I think
Все-таки не свалила на Варверн.
the engine's finally cooked.
Karlak! I thought after all we've survived, maybe one last miracle would rear its head. But no. I'm sorry.
Лучше Варверн свалила.
I'm not ready. We did it. I did it. The city's gonna be all right. My friends are going to be all right. I can let go. I'm slipping. I can't hang on. What's happening? Goodbye, sun. Goodbye, sea. Good.
It's over. And it's all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no illithid empire, no death god's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate. While navigating the disordered environs of Limbo, you and Lae'zel heard the summons, a telepathic emanation. You are accustomed to receiving dispatches and battle orders from the Githyanki rebel forces in this form. But this was different. An invitation to a gathering of friends. Those allies who stood with you against the Netherbrain. Those who thwarted the grand design. Those who made your war against Vlaakith's tyranny possible. You cannot join them in person, but you shall be with them again, nonetheless, to project your image through the cosmos. It can be done with the aid of your allies, the mages of Zamvadim.
Thou wert called here, some from...
Another step forward.
2 months we trained the Knights of the Comet. For 2 more we skewered Kithraki belly. It's taken a dozen Gish's talents and a few stolen psi crystals. And 2 10-day worth every one of those days and every drop of their sweat. Right here. Right now. Enjoy your night. Chatter away. For tomorrow.
Zereth Menya Agith. And well you know the name. The immortal god king of the Githzerai, and the ruler of their capital, Shraktalor.
Minyara Gith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that we must
Love. The word hangs in the air for a moment before laser.
Trust me, my blade is keen as ever. But it was here, in Faerun. Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive. And if Minyara Gith refuses, we carry on. Gravity pulls us in but one direction. I am the comet. We will blaze forth until we burn Vlaakith's bones to ash. And when the comet has risen, we will be forever together. As surely as Kalir will forever circle the sun. Love. Until I knew you, I thought the mere idea a joke. A weakness indulged only by lesser species. You proved me a fool. I am forever grateful. Taste I will never grow tired of.
Ah, my dear friend, it's been an... Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post. Oh, I wouldn't bother you with such things during a party. And anyway, you might help me with the title, though. I'm considering the hero. I knew you would. Perhaps once the manuscript is finished. Ah, your success really has been wonderful. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many.
Well, or projected. Honestly, if I'd have known this was an option, I would have stayed at home too. Oh yes, the war. Forgive me. I have been rather busy, you see. I'm now a man of power and influence. It doesn't leave much time for indulging in, Cazador's mansion has become my palace, and played host to every kind of banquet, and of course, has seen its fair share of hedonism, clandestine deals, and the occasional disappearance. I'm spinning my web. Power grows slowly, but I have nothing but time now. Try to wound me all you like, but I'm so much better than he. I achieved what he only dreamed about. But the important thing is I am doing wonderfully. Finally having a... And who knows what's next? There's an entire world out there, ready for the taking. I did miss you, you know. We did share a wonderful adventure, you and I. A pity to see it end, but we have great new lives stretching out before us. I will never forget the time we spent together, though. And I know... Until next time. But the forest is rather good for a get-together.
Well, now. You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to. I'm glad the months have not been wasted. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers. Same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon. Same sit Baldurians simply get on with it. harpers have come from half the world. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fit, though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing 8 ones. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her. Again. There is still my... I may have little love for this city. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you. Ah, sentiment. With the greatest affection, I must inspect the refreshments. You'll...
Boo! We are not dreaming. It is our own. Oh, and it is good to be seen. Oh, after so many... You will forgive the aroma, I hope. We were not Boo had a moment to lick himself clean, but there is a little too much of Minsk to cover. What else but this stuff? The Zentarum rule the city's underbelly, so Minsk and Boo into... We awoke in a Zentish cell, awaiting trial. It is a long walk to the gallows, and Minsk still has his fists, no? In ample time indeed. So, but leave such matters for the morn. Tonight is for celebration. How have you filled your days since we tore this sticky tyrant from the sky? Aha, the lovebirds still nest together then? Though I am thinking yours does not sit on your shoulders, eh? There is much merriment to be made before the night is done. Ah, this pond shall do nicely, Boo. Though I see no soap.
To your relief, your projection holds. You can touch, taste, and talk. But your fleshy body is in limbo. The Githzerai God King, Menyar Gith, sent word through the cosmos. Should the Githzerai join you, you could vanquish Flakith in a red dragon.
A great warrior of the comet walks among us. Well, ugh, probably for the best. I smell like... Withers yanked me from Avernus with my blade halfway through a Cambion's belly without so much... And you? I wager you and Lae'zel have cracked open more Kithraki heads than you could possibly count. Then you're right in your element. How you thrill in the Hell Hunt. Slaying fiends is electrifying. I don't suppose you'd indulge me. Yes, but just the one. You want to hear about the Amnitsu at the Styx? The 3-tusked Orthon? Or the invading Gorestroi? Styx Devils, they're called. They usually prefer the fat bastards, all of them. Was on the heels... I felt my mind start to drain. An Amnitsu speciality. Bought just in... Could feel the Styx tugging at my memories as I hung over it. Eager to drink. Good thing I never touched foot in the hell. She was just the distraction I needed. She nipped at the minion's heels and I leapt from its grasp. When we'd finished, all that remained was a pair of paltry wings atop a pile of viscera. I wish you'd been there to join in. Oh, I suppose that's my way of saying I miss you. But the people we were, warriors, winners, saviors. Go on, the night's young. Or waste a single drop of wine for that.
Так.
his secret to be heard.
Не, кого-то не хватает. А где наш маг недобитый? А, вот недобитый маг.
Well, well. Professor Gale Decarius of Blackstaff Academy. Educator of the esteemed School of Illusion. A pleasure to remake your acquaintance. She did not. I'm delighted to report. I surrendered the crown of Carsus to her, as I told you I would. And in return... Even now, I struggle to put the feelings into words. Of course, I haven't clarified with my students that the orb is no longer a threat. I spend most of my time trying to convince them how much fun the study of magic can be. But it'd be easier to crack a smile on an intellect devourer than some of my pupils. I confess, sometimes while marking a student's fifth... In fact, I've actually been considering writing down the story of our adventures. I can hardly leave it to the likes of Volo to give a true account of our... And what of you? What are you making of this newfound lease of life we earned? From you, I've told my students plenty of tales about our escapades. I'll be delighted to introduce it to my current cohort as a guest lecturer, perhaps. Well, I, for one, can't wait. Of course, you'll be most welcome to stay with me in my... It will give us plenty of time to catch up on your adventure. I'm very curious to know what you've been up to these past months. So, in the spirit of selflessness, I encourage you to...
Вспомнил ее, вот и она.
Starting to wonder if you'd show up. In all likelihood, it will be. But we mustn't let... Oh, come here, will you? You feel a little more substantial than before. Less camping and scrounging off the land, I take it? I'm not entirely sure I'd agree. In fact, I found an... I'm glad you seem well. Truly. I had no doubt. But I'm glad to hear you say it all the same. Wondering, mostly. The adventuring life is almost a tonic when you're not constantly threatened by brain. One of my first stops was the House of the Moon in Water. It seemed like the perfect spot to reflect. Hard to imagine, isn't it? Me, of all people, in the lair of the Moon Witch herself. Oh, I know they are. I can still sense them, I think.
Так, а будут другие разговоры? Где Луизель? Ой.
This is...
Не будет. Ну что, погнали тогда. Сдавать.
Thou feelst it still. She is not here. She... Hast thy thoughts been with brave Karlach often? She would not come. Truly? Most of the time it was she who was strong for thee. Didst thou not employ her ever to carry all of thine loot? It is, and who knew? In but a dozen 10 days, and in thy band, thy bond, gave that life to, not like thou wert. In the fugue plain her soul burns. Recall that in time all changeth and all is rejoined. Thou shalt be with her again. What indeed? Prick up thy ear. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving. To you.
А Лейзе не голограммой стоит.
There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools, everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel, felled by mortals. I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
Да. Ну, вот и конец. Наконец-то. Пойду разбираться с инетом. Ладно, давайте. Всем хорошего вечера и удачи. Я пошел разбираться.